So hello, welcome friends. This is my first video, and in this video we'll be going through the steps which is required to install Flutter so that we can develop the beautiful Flutter applications. So before that, before developing the Flutter apps, we have to go through the process of installation of this Flutter SDKs. So here in this video we will start with this installation of this SDK. We will follow the steps which is provided by the documentation. We will go through read the documentation and follow the steps. We are not going to do anything special here. We are just going through the beginning of the step till the end of this complete setup, and we will also try to demonstrate the new Flutter application project at the end of this complete Flutter SDK installation. So let's start the video. So here I am in the Google Chrome or any browser. You can just search install Flutter app, and on the first result we can have something similar to this. You can go to this browser tab and just reading it from the start. I am just going through the start. Basically, this is the basic requirements. Here is mentioned operating system. We already have Mac and displays. This is basic thing we all have. So I'm just starting with this Apple Silicon, since my app is Apple Silicon. So let's try to do start from this step from here. This is the Apple Rosetta environment which is required for Apple Silicon only. This is not required in case you have the Intel architecture related Mac applications. So okay, so let's start from this here. I am copying this code and I am opening the terminal application of my machine. Okay, so I already have copied. Let's paste it, press enter. It will asking for my password. Let enters the password. And okay, so this step is done. Okay, we minimize this window. Okay, so let's start from this first step, get the Flutter SDK. So the Flutter SDK is nothing but a Flutter project, like the similar project which we are working on. Like it's just the SDK. It gets shipped to you as a Flutter project. Okay, so when after the installation you can see this is nothing but a Git project, the simple same Git project that we create any app, we develop any app, it's also a Git project. So there is nothing fancy about it. It's just a thing is Flutter team provide us a very to this zip file to facilitate the easy installation of these things. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start with this Apple Silicon. So uh, this is showing two options, Intel and Apple Silicons. I have this Apple Silicon configuration, so I have already downloaded this. You can see here I have already, it's almost 950 MB size. You can see 950 MB. Okay, it's so much size. So it's going to definitely give you a beautiful things inside those SDKs, the tools which you need to develop the beautiful Flutter applications. Okay, so we have already completed the first step. You need to do this first step because I have already completed, so I'm not going to download it again. Okay, so this is the second step, extract the file in the desired location. Okay, so this is just telling that likewise you have downloaded the zip file, now you want to unzip that file at certain location. So this is the second step. Okay, so this is in this step it is mentioning the development folder. Okay, so it's not necessary that you have to mandatorily create a development folder and unzip there only. You can create any folder wherever you want and just unzip there. Okay, so here I have created one specific folder inside my root directory. Okay, so here it is. I think by default I have, let's hide this folders. Okay, dev SDKs. Okay, so here I have instead of development, here you can see development. I am going to install my SDKs here. So I have already created development SDKs, short form is dev SDKs. So let's open this in terminal, so that our terminal open from this location directly. You can see also pwd, you can see. Okay, so it is telling, Flutter documentation is telling to unzip this downloaded folder. Okay, so unzip. Now just drag and drop this one, Flutter SDK. Now just unzip. Okay, so ultimately wait for the moment it is unzipped. Now let's see the third step, which is a very important step. Okay, so the second step is extract. Okay, once it is extracted, you have to add this Flutter tool to your path. So what this path? So those who are seeing this video or work with Windows environment, they have the system variable, environment variable kind of stuffs. So what we have is we provide provide the executables part directly to that configuration file if in Mac. So whenever we launch our terminal already knows that these are the very important tools and we have to initialize it, so that this Flutter command or Flutter application or executable can be launched from anywhere. You don't just need to go inside this directory, anywhere your directory, and launch the application from there. Okay, so here it is. Let's say if now my Flutter commands are unzipped. Okay, now if I click this Flutter doctor command, Flutter dash v. Okay, let's check the version. Okay, it's saying Flutter command not found. Okay, why it is not found? Because we haven't added our Flutter tool binary to our executable path. Okay, that is why our system is unable to find the Flutter executable. Okay, so the very important step is we are going to add this Flutter path, Flutter to our ZSHRC file. Okay, this is nothing but a fancy file which the terminal, whenever you launch your terminal, the terminal loads all the configuration from your files. Okay, so for now just quit all those terminals. Okay, now when you launch this terminal, it loads some configuration. Okay, this configuration is loaded from that file. Okay, so let's see how that file looks like. You can open this file anywhere from any location. Okay, let's kill all the steps. Okay, this is fresh one. So you have to just type. If you don't have this file, you have to create it manually. Okay, so here you can see this is ZSHRC file. So this file is nothing but uh, configuration file. You can see there are many contents. I don't want to confuse you with this flags. This is just a alias git push git l. I have added as a shortcut inside my terminal, so that my terminal just recognize whatever I type there. This is just you can think of a shortcut file. Okay, so here you can see uh, we have to add our Flutter path. Okay, so we have installed our Flutter inside this directory. Okay, so we have to uh, show add this path inside that ZSHRC file. So that configuration file needs to know that Flutter resides inside this directory. Okay, so we don't have to do anything fancy here. We just need to copy these steps. Okay, so we will add something like this. Let's say here we can drag and drop this bin. Okay, here you get the path. Okay, this path you just have to copy it and paste it here. Okay, here I have already pasted this, just I have to remove this command. Okay, okay, and I save this. After saving this, you have to again reload your terminal. Okay, the best thing you can do as a beginner is you can just quit your terminal and relaunch your terminal. It will load all the settings, but the thing is you have to save that file. Okay, now our terminal knows that Flutter is added as a uh, in this configuration file. Okay, so now if I run the same command Flutter dash v, it will know that Flutter kind of library or binary is executable binary is already there. Okay, it will directly recognize. In Windows it is called a system. You have to add this in the environment variables. Okay, now it recognizes the command. Okay, so this step we have completed. Third step also the very important step. Now to know that every tools is properly installed or not, every dependency is properly installed or not, you have to run this command. Okay, Flutter doctor. So we just copy it and try to execute it from anywhere. So as you know that we have added the Flutter bin as a path, so it will recognize Flutter from anywhere. You see, if you type this, check this current directory, it is my home directory. Okay, even though it identifies this command Flutter doctor. Why? Because we have added this path. Okay, now it will take some time to get execute. It will read all the configurations from your local machine. the dependencies, the whatever, like Android Studio, IntelliJ IDEA, it will scan your whole system, you can say in short, and it will let you know that if there is any issue in the uh, licenses, any issue in the directories anywhere. So it starts populating the results. It is saying that Flutter channel is stable and it is version 3.10.5. It is okay, everything is good. Okay, because I have already configured, it is showing almost everything here as a green tick mark. Otherwise it will show me the cross mark with red symbol, and it will give you the solution to in order to resolve that issue. Okay, here it is saying no issues found. That means our Flutter is completely set up. Okay, so one more additional thing which many documentation doesn't reveal this. So we when you type Flutter doctor, when here you will get this kind of error. Okay, the error which I was telling you, that in case this, in case of green tick mark, it will show you some additional symbols, and it will also give you the solution. Okay, what you need to do in order to do this. Okay, right now I have already installed the Android Studio and everything, so uh, this error will not shown to me, because I already done that setup completely. Okay, so that is why you can see here, now running the Flutter doctor, it will give me everything as a green. Okay, so here we have completed this step. So one additional step which I uh, need to reveal to you, that we also need to add this dart path. Okay, so let's see if this project gives us error, then we'll go with the dart path. Okay, here you can see one extra line is commented here, just uncomment it. Let me increase the window size. Okay, font size as well. Okay, so here we also have need to add this dart path. Okay, this path is nothing but the dart path. So we already have this dart path here. Bin cache dart SDK and this bin. Okay, in the same way we can add this. So we have to just copy this, drag and drop this dart SDK and bin and here. So it will directly taking this path from here. Okay, pub cache bin. Okay, so this step, by applying this step, our Flutter installation is complete. Okay, you can remove the extra steps. Okay, save this file and reload the terminal. Okay, you can type this one to reload the terminal with the latest configuration. You just, every time you don't need to kill all the terminal windows. Okay, this reloaded this. Okay, I think this command should work. Okay, this is working. Dart environment, it identifies the command. Why? Because we have added this in the path. Okay, dot dash dash version should work properly. Okay, here it is showing you 3.0.5, same thing which we have seen here. Okay, so coming to VS Code, now let's, after setting up this whole SDK path, let's start with this new project, with the Flutter sample project. Okay, and here we have the option command palette. It will show you me Flutter project. Why it is showing me Flutter project? Because I have already installed this Flutter extensions. You can see Flutter is already installed inside the VS Code. Okay, that is why it is showing me this option. Okay, so let's open this command prompt, and here we are, Flutter new project. Okay, so tada, we are ready to start with the new project. Let's open this, select application. It will do some basic stuff where you need to create this folder. Start. The template will be start executing. It will take a moment. Okay, we are ready to go. Let's change some simulators. Start with this. Let's see. Let's run this also because it will take some time. Let's see if a simulator is there. Okay, it is still launching. Since it's the first time it is building the app, it will take some time to relaunch the complete app. It is creating the Android APK file for us. You can see. Once you run this file for the first time, then from the second time it will not take so much time there. Whether it is Android or iOS, it takes that load, this much load, while completing the complete binary and launching this on the simulators. Since we are launching simulators or emulators, you can say this little bit slow down the machine as well, because it takes too much time, too much load on the configuration. If I have connected my personal device, then it should have run by this time. Since it is downloading the required dependency, you can see from here it requires all the dependencies here. So I think we are good to go. This will still take time, but uh, oh, it's done. Let's see how a Flutter project looks like. It's the basic template one, which comes with the floating action button, the counter, the stateful widget, the explanation of stateful widget. Nothing fancy here. It is still installing. We should have to wait. So friends, our app is launched now. You can see behind me the tools for hot reload, hot restart, and other shortcuts are there. So I hope this video helped you. Please do let me know in the comments if this video helped you a bit, if this eases you, uh, gives you some relief in installing the Flutter SDK and start developing with the Flutter application. So just do let me know in the comments if this video helped you, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see the new helpful videos in the future. We will coming with lot of new React Native stuffs as well. So for this video we are ending it here. So let's meet in the new video.